Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jack and Emma podcast, where we help you learn English through simple conversations, real-life situations, and useful vocabulary that you can use every day. We are very happy that you are here with us again, and today we have a very practical and interesting topic for you.
Hi, everyone. It's great to have you here with us today. And in this episode, we are going to learn English kitchen vocabulary in a slow and easy way that is perfect for beginners. The kitchen is one of the most important places in our daily life because we use it every day to cook, prepare food, and spend time with family or friends.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And learning kitchen vocabulary is very useful because it helps you talk about your daily routine, describe what you are doing, and understand conversations about cooking and food.
So today, we will learn common kitchen words, simple sentences, and easy conversations that you can use when you are cooking, eating, or talking about food in English.
So relax, listen carefully, and if possible, repeat the sentences after us to practice your pronunciation and speaking skills.
Let's begin with some basic kitchen vocabulary that you will hear and use every day when you are in the kitchen. These are simple words, but they are very important.
First, we have the word kitchen, which is the room where you cook food and prepare meals. Most homes have a kitchen, and people usually spend a lot of time there.
Another important word is table, which is where you put your food and eat your meals. People often sit around the table with family or friends to eat and talk together.
We also have chair, which is what you sit on, and plate, which is where you put your food when you are eating.
You also need a cup or a glass to drink water, juice, or coffee. These are very common items that you use every day.
When you eat, you usually use tools like a spoon, a fork, and a knife. These are very important for eating and preparing food.
A knife is used for cutting food, a fork is used for picking up food, and a spoon is used for soup or soft food.
Now let's talk about cooking tools that you use when you prepare food in the kitchen.
One important tool is a pan, which you use to cook food on the stove, such as eggs, vegetables, or meat.
Another important item is a pot, which is usually deeper than a pan and is used for cooking soup, rice, or boiling water.
The stove is the place where you cook food using heat, and it can be gas or electric.
The oven is another cooking tool that you use for baking or cooking food slowly, such as bread, cake, or roasted chicken.
You also have a microwave, which is used to heat food quickly, especially when you are in a hurry.
Another useful item is the fridge or refrigerator, which is where you keep your food cold and fresh for a longer time.
You may also have a freezer, which is used to keep food frozen for a long time.
Now let's talk about what you do in the kitchen when you prepare food.
When you cook, you often need to cut vegetables, wash fruits, and mix ingredients together.
You may also boil water, fry eggs, or bake a cake in the oven.
Another common action is chop, which means cutting food into small pieces, especially vegetables.
You can also slice food, which means cutting it into thin pieces, like slicing bread or fruit.
When you cook, you may also add salt, sugar, or spices to make the food taste better.
Cooking is a daily activity, and these simple verbs are very useful in everyday English.
Now let's practice some simple sentences that you can use in the kitchen every day.
You can say, I am cooking in the kitchen, or I am making dinner for my family.
You can also say, I am cutting vegetables, or I am washing the dishes.
Another useful sentence is, the food is ready, which means the food is finished and you can eat.
If you are hungry, you can say, I am hungry, I want to eat something, which is very simple and natural.
After eating, you can say, I will clean the kitchen, or I am washing the plates and cups.
These sentences are very simple, but they are very useful in real life.
Now let's imagine a simple conversation in the kitchen so you can hear how English sounds in a real situation.
Yes, imagine that we are preparing dinner together.
Emma, what are you doing in the kitchen right now, and do you need any help with preparing the food?
Yes, I am cooking dinner at the moment, and I am cutting some vegetables for the soup, so if you can help me, that would be great.
Of course I can help you, and I will wash the vegetables and prepare the ingredients so we can cook faster and more easily.
That sounds perfect, and after that, we can cook everything together and enjoy a nice meal.
I think this will be a delicious dinner, and I am really looking forward to eating together.
Yes, cooking together is always more fun than cooking alone.
Let's also learn some useful expressions that people often use in the kitchen.
You can say, "Be careful, it's hot," when something is very hot and you don't want someone to get hurt.
Another useful sentence is, "Can you pass me the salt?" which means you are asking someone to give you something.
You can also say, "This smells good," when the food has a nice smell.
If the food tastes good, you can say, "This is delicious," or "This tastes really good."
If you are full, you can say, "I am full," which means you do not want to eat more.
These expressions are very natural and commonly used in daily conversations.
So today, we learned English kitchen vocabulary, simple sentences, and useful expressions that you can use in your daily life.
Remember, you do not need to learn everything at once, and it is better to learn a few words and sentences every day and practice using them.
The more you listen and speak, the more confident and comfortable you will become when using English.
Learning English is a step-by-step process, and every small step will help you improve.
Thank you very much for listening to the Jack and Emma podcast.
Keep practicing English every day, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Emma says goodbye and have a wonderful day.